Hello everybody, welcome to your water sign mid-month update. So this will be for Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio, and we're going to be using the Enchanted Tarot deck, and we're just going to see what information we can get for each particular sign. So I'm going to start with Pisces, go into Cancer, and then I'm going to go into Scorpio. I'm going to take 2 tarot cards and 1 card from the Whispering Woods deck, just to kind of see where we're at in the middle of the month and how we're going through Mercury retrograde. If you'd like a personal reading, all the information is below as to how to get one of those. But in the meantime, let's have a look and see what's going on, starting with you, dear Pisces. Alright, I will put the timestamps down below, whoops, just to show you where the other signs are. These are ridiculously large for tarot cards, so that's why I'm being a little bit dropsy with them. Alright, what does Pisces need to know for the middle of the month of March? What does Pisces need to know for the middle of the month of March? There we go. And then one of these. Oop. I say this every time, but thank you so much to my New Zealand sister from another mister. She's my witch sister. She's an incredible friend, and she was kind enough to send these over. So what is the message for Pisces for mid-March? What's the message for Pisces for mid-March? Please guide Pisces as to what they need to know for this middle of March. Thank you very much. Okay, so okay, so you have the Nine of Wands and you also have the Chariot. So the Nine of Wands comes forward with a sense of resilience and persistence. So it could be that this month you're looking to push yourself and process things through a little bit easier for you. You're on the last stage of something. So the 9s come before the 10s, which is completion of a stage and going into the next one. So the 9 is very much about resilience and persistence. I don't know whether you can see her properly here, but she's very much standing her ground and very much being in her power. So there's not much that she can say or do to actually, do any more that she's already doing, but there's still power there. There's still a sense of yes, you can do this, and yes, you can go forwards and claim things and what's right for you. And then the Chariot comes forwards in with victory, will, self-assertion, hard control, and that could be something that's lending itself to you in general. Maybe you've picked a direction, people may be pressuring you to do one thing or another, or they don't understand your method of working. Either way, this is a really good card to see. You're looking as to where you want to go, and then followed up with the Chariot. It gives you that clear vision, crystal clear. This is where I want to be, this is where I'm going to go, and you're going to start making tracks now, I think. Interestingly enough, it does have the solar plexus here with the third eye. Now, they work in very strong tandem with each other. So the third eye is always about having that inner connection with yourself, making sure that you feel at one within your intuitive cycle. And Pisces, you are very, very psychic and intuitive. So with this, it's kind of trusting your gut instincts, trust what your gut tells you, trust what's actually being said around you. If you get a perception of, oh, okay, they mean this, but they've said something else, trust that intuition, because I know it's Mercury retrograde, and I know it's a bit, hit and miss when it comes to communication, but if your gut is telling you something, don't let your mind overplay it. I think that's something that's coming up here a little bit, is like, if you feel defensive, because this could also be defending yourself, if you feel defensive against something, or somebody's been kind of narky at you, that could be something underlying. And if you feel that there's something that's not going on right there, that's definitely something that you need to connect with. Sorry, I just had the doorbell ring, so I hope that didn't interrupt your reading for you. But moving on to this particular one. Oh, there we go. Reconnect. Secrets lurk in the captive shadows deep in the woods. Intuition can be described like that, to be honest. So intuition is something that is normally kept at bay. We ignore it, we over-rationalise it, we go, they didn't mean that, no. We overthink things. We go, and kind of pick things apart. Whereas a lot of the time we need to trust our first impression. And I think this is kind of saying reconnect with your higher self, the latter half of this month maybe. Just try and feel if you are going through emotion, like just going through, blah, 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 or if you're making actual viable change. I think for most of you, it's actual viable change. But it's just something to be aware of, I think, and trying to connect with you. What's the word that I'm looking for? Just that personal belief, what is you, what's your vision, what you want, your actual inner self, connecting with your higher self to actually lead you into the process of something beautiful and amazing. And I think that with with Mercury being in the sign of Pisces, in the first house of yourself, your appearance, your body, your path through life, this is the first thing that you can do, is reconnect with your self, appearance, body, your path through life. So that could be something that you really need to take care of personally in order to just twinge a little bit during this time of reflection during Mercury retrograde. Well, I hope that was very helpful for you, Pisces. If you'd like to check out your sun, moon and rising sign, all the videos are available to do that. And if you'd like to get a reading from me or support me in any way, it's down below in the description box. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. And now on to Cancer. Alright, let me just give this a good shuffle and see what's coming through for dear Cancers. Alright. Just going to hopefully get some insight as to what is happening for us all during this Mercury retrograde, the end of Mercury retrograde, thank the Lord. Just to see what information is coming through for us here. Alright, so what does Cancer need to know for the month, end of the month of March? What does Cancer need to know for the end of the month of March? Okay, I'm going to do 2 cards here and then Whispering Woods card. Cancer need to know for the month of March. I think they wanted me to have that one. Alright, let's see. Wow, so you've got 2 major arcanas here. You have the Devil and you have Temperance. Who is taking up your time? That's something that immediately came to me. Who's taking up your time, Cancerians? Who's absorbing your energy? Who's draining you? There's definitely something, a situation, a person that is really not good for your connection here. There's something that just feels like it's out of balance a little bit. I don't know whether you feel the same way. You may be not. Please tell me, Lorian, you're off base if I'm off base. But it just feels like there's something that is kind of draining you. It may not even be something that you recognize in your day-to-day life. You just feel after you've been out at work or something, you come home and you feel drained. Now, this isn't always something to do with a particular personal situation, but it is the fact that most Cancerians are empaths. So it could be that your empathic nature is out of a bit of control here, and you're tuning into all the Mercury retrograde disasters that is coming through for you, so to speak. So it could be that you're kind of trying, to encompass and absorb all this energy. But the Devil card here, kind of like a little bit of hopelessness as well. There's some kind of bondage that's going on, maybe a feeling of restriction that I would hope is actually going to lend itself positively rather than negatively this month. And there is a way that that can happen. You can be pushed into a certain direction, or you can feel restricted enough to actually look at so many different options that one that you never thought would fly actually comes up as super viable and super something that you go, why didn't I think of that before? So this is definitely something that I think is working in your favour here. And I know that it may sound a little bit like, huh? I'm supposed to be bondaged or, torn up in materialism. this could actually help you, because I feel like if you claim back your emotions, claim back your energies and your time, you're going to actually see things from a totally different perspective and be able to build on that. And I think this is going to say, or maybe teach you a sort of lesson. Obviously this card is a beautiful impaction of the devil, but this is kind of like opulence. Don't be fooled by the appearance of what seems to be beautiful on the other side. If you feel like you've been on the opposite side for too long, you may get an actual truth about something that you thought was better on the opposite side. If only I could get there. If only I could get there. And actually it comes to you saying, this ain't no picnic. You know, this is really hard work, so be glad that you didn't get that promotion, or be glad that you didn't get such and such before. And now you can actually work to something different, something else, something viable, something beautiful. Healing is what this card is. It's kind of like exchanging time, exchanging your energies, making sure that if you give something out energetically, you take the time to restore it. And I feel that this is coming through to give you this sense of well-being and health, and a combination of giving and taking. So again, if you spend time running around after somebody or giving them loads of tender love and care, and you don't really feel like you're getting much back, that is something that you need to take care of within yourself and in your person, because you do not deserve to be taken advantage of. Even if it's your family, you know, even if it's somebody who's sitting on their bottom and not pulling their weight, there needs to be a line that you can't take anymore, and discipline must be considered. Because I do feel like people do take advantage of your soft nature. You don't want to harm anybody. You don't want to necessarily, you know, ruffle feathers. But at the same time, if it's been impacting you health-wise or impacting you with other things, there is nothing else that I think that you can do here. You need to be very sure of yourself when you make a decision to restore this balance. And I do feel that your empathic nature is of huge, huge benefit. But at the same time, when other people send it out of array, it can impact you on many different levels. So maybe for the last few weeks of this Mercury retrograde, it's just about making sure that you're putting yourself first. And I think that's definitely something that you have the ability to understand and have the ability to connect with in that way, if that makes sense. So there's something that just feels like you are able to be free and just move things forward and just feel like you're pursuing things in a wonderful and meaningful way. And I mean that in the sense of connectivity. So I think you need to, I mean, Pisces had something about reconnection actually, so it may be something to do with Mercury being in a water sign, but reconnect with your power and reconnect with how that makes sense to you. Okay, and we have the, okay, this is actually coming up quite a lot this month, so this is Learn. This is your little Whispering Woods card. And it says, take a lesson from the owls, deeply observe the night, and you'll become a wiser in the day. So this is something that I think that we all have to do sometimes, is just kind of wind down during the evening. So this could be something that you need to take advantage of, particularly over the next 2 weeks, because, you know, this Venus is in Aquarius, but I'm not going into that. The Mercury retrograde is in Pisces until the 28th, and that would be in your 9th house. And your 9th house is of higher education, you know, spiritual development. So this could be something that you start getting, I see this a lot with Cancerians actually, you start getting dreams. And it could be that you process everything that you've learned throughout the day for your intuitive phase, and it comes through in your dreams. So I would say just take it out of your dreams, see what's going on for you. Don't let anything plague you. Put things to rest, wash them away in the evening just before you go to rest, because I think you need to start putting energy back into yourself, because you deserve it. You know, you deserve this feeling of freedom rather than feeling of, oh, what's going on here? Why are people bothering me? But I wish you the very best of luck, Cancerians. Thank you for joining me today. If you'd like a personal reading or just to support me in the channel, the link to do so is down below in the description box. But I wish you all the very best. I look forward to speaking to you soon, And let's move on to Scorpio. Alrighty, Scorpios, my fellow Scorpios, with myself here. We're just going to see what's coming up for us in the last phase of Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde is actually in the 5th house of creativity. And I don't know about yourselves, but I felt a little bit of a boost in creativity, actually. It hasn't been easy because there's been health issues and personal dramas going on and holy moly of all the other things. But I hope it's been treating you very well. So what does Scorpio and my Scorpio lovelies need to know about Mercury retrograde and March in the last 2 weeks? Alright, 2 cards. And from the Whispering Woods Oracle deck, we're going to have 1 card. This is from my witch sister in New Zealand, so we're just going to see what does Scorpio need to know for the month, the last half of the month of March. Okay, let's see. Wow, okay, so we have the 8 of Wands and Judgment. Again, similar to Pisces, there's a blend here of your, what's it called? I'm trying to grab the name now. The solar plexus. And your Judgment card would be your intuition and your 3rd eye. So there's still something going on here with regards to these two. So the 8 of Wands, so much bam, 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 really quick. This is basically something that may take you by surprise. She seems to be very welcoming of this, and this is the Enchanted Tarot, so she seems to be very welcoming of these blessings that are suddenly upon her, and I think that you will be very welcoming of the blessings as well. There seems to be hard work paying off, lots of things coming through to give you confidence and progress, and it feels like you're ready to take charge. This is travel, change, movement, almost like you are setting up for something different, but there's definitely something, a boost to your confidence here that allows you to put that into motion. It kind of enlightens you as to where you need to go next, and something that you're actually going, oh, okay, and you start to see things evolve and move, and it's kind of like you're being challenged in a way because you didn't expect it. You didn't expect this sudden injection of something, but also this is your inner calling. So the Judgment card comes through with a sense of, you know, maybe you've asked the universe, you've prayed to the universe, you've gone through your manifestation, and now you are getting an answer. Just trying to figure out what this is. I think this is a dragonfly, but I'm not quite sure. It's the winds of change. I think that's what it is, the winds of change. So it feels like there's a rebirth, your inner calling, this being awoken now. This is something that you can use to rise above certain things. So if there have been challenges in your life, if there have been issues recently, that's something that you can overcome, especially if you've had it with the sense of, you know, your mind being in very different places at once, or your kids or something has been worrying you basically for the last few weeks. I think this is going to give you that sense of evolution that you're looking for. Maybe you felt a little bit stagnant for a while, and now this is going to give you that edge that you can really see. I mean, full moon in Libra on the 21st of March, this is very much in your 12th house of ascension, and basically that feeling of faraway lands and enlightenment. So there's going to be balance to that, and there's going to be something that you see awaken in you very, very rapidly, very quickly, something that gives you that whoa. So this is one of the strongest readings I've seen so far. Oh my gosh. And then you have Transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. What else can I say? Scorpio, this seems to be a powerful time of regeneration and evolution. And again, transformation. Even the Judgment card here is very much about that rebirth. So that kind of thing of you are made new. Something is being made new here, and you are blossoming, and you're being very much in control. You are seeing things as they are. You're seeing things come through. This is an amazing, again, transformation for you here. And I think that this is really going to assist you with any troubles or any issues that you face that may, you know, make your gut churn a little bit, worry, anxious or something like that. This is something you don't have to worry about anymore. You're going into the next level. You feel like you're expanding energetically. Don't, if you can, meditate, because I don't want you to be dragged down to a feeling of worry and, you know, the root chakra worries of where am I going to live, what am I going to live, all the pedantic stuff that we're taught to do so by society. This is your transformation time. This is the time to go and be. And I think this is going to really see you kind of push forwards and blossom and bloom in whatever way that makes sense to you. I don't feel that it has to be perfect. I just feel that it has to be done. It's something that just needs to go. But it will be, in a way, perfect. It will be something that I feel gives you a sense of well-being and absolute joy. But I hope that this is a good sign for you, Scorpio. I really, really am looking forward to it, as I am a fellow Scorpio too, so this is going to be interesting to see. Do let me know in the comments below how things go for you, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you so much for supporting me and subscribing. Thank you for being here. If you'd like a personal reading to see how it's going for you, or to support the channel, the link is in the description box below. But in the meantime, I wish you the very best of luck. Have a look at your moon sign and your rising sign if you haven't already, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Bye bye.